This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The Bahamas Agricultural and Marine Science Institute will oversee all research exercises in the Bahamas moving forward. This from Prime Minister Perry Christie, who says the country hasn't paid attention to research conducted by international bodies in the past. Speaking at BAMSI's farm at the British colonial Hilton Thursday, the Prime Minister said BAMSI represents an opportunity to diversify marine science and agriculture in the country. He said it's necessary to protect the country's marine resources and assets such as aggregate and salt, while also capitalizing on them.
BAMSI will help me determine, and the University of Miami probably could help us right now, to have an understanding of what else we have in our waters that sell and that other people now take. If we have an asset that people buy, then what is it we should do to cause that asset to be used to generate revenue for the country so as to offset the need for additional taxes?
The Prime Minister also expressed his confidence in the Andros-based institute's future success, noting that its partnerships with the University of Miami and Florida assure it that it won't fail. He says for the country to succeed at agriculture, it's necessary that farmers adopt model practices and modernize the sector, which BAMSI will teach hands-on. He also noted that in a meeting with a representative of cruise ships last week, the representative shared that he would willingly purchase produce grown in the Bahamas.
We have built in virtual guarantees against failure by associating ourselves with institutions, the University of Miami, the University of Florida, which are practitioners of what we are proposing to do. They have both agreed to extend themselves to facilitate the smooth and orderly transition from an idea to a functioning campus.
Trade unions will no longer have their validity questioned by employers or the courts for that matter. Today, senators passed the Industrial Validation of Trade Unions Act 2014, correcting a 4-decade-old loophole that left the legitimacy of as many as 12 unions in limbo. Today, government leader in the Senate, Senator the Honorable Allison Maynard Gibson, said the goal is to send a clear message that unions exist.
That it demonstrates that a recognition that our country is built by working people. Yes. All of us sitting here have parents who were just that, working people. That's how we got here. We should never forget it. And that is why we've moved so quickly, Madam President, to assure the existence of not just the Hotel Workers Union, but many others as well. We respect unions. We respect, it is guaranteed in our Constitution, the right of people to freely assemble, and we are sending a clear message, Madam President, that they validly exist.
Opposition Senator Kwesi Thompson praised the legislation, but called for a complete overhaul of the labor laws.
So if you ask some union presidents, they would tell you that they have major concerns. They would tell you that the ease in which employers can terminate without notice is a problem in our country. They will tell you that the ease in which employees can be terminated or can be made redundant without pay is a problem in our country. They will also tell you that the process of conciliation at the Labor Department should be reviewed. That we need to question this process, and this process has existed for many, many years. But we ought to question how effective is this process at the moment.
Tonight, we'll tell you what the Atlantis Resort and the Cartoon Network have in common. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
I'm Sherelle Conliffe, and this is your Royal Fidelity Weekly Market Wrap. The market continues to trend positively with over 86,000 shares exchanging hands. This, coupled with two companies trading at new 52-week highs, bodes well for investors. The companies such as Arawaki Port Development and Fidelity Bank have both experienced price increases at $13.90 and $3.75 respectively. Dividends will be paid by FarmGuard at 6 cents and J.S. Johnson at 16 cents per share. In international news, U.S. stocks fluctuated after the benchmark Standard & Poor's 500 index rose to a record yesterday. As report shows, consumer spending unexpectedly declined last month while confidence slid more than estimated. And here is your investment tip for the week. Don't be afraid. If your bank is not giving you the returns that you have been accustomed to, don't be afraid to move. While you may feel a sense of loyalty and perhaps indebtedness, your money should be working for you more so now in these tough economic times. An investment in perhaps government bonds or mutual funds or stocks can help bridge your financial gap. Give us a call to discuss or visit our Facebook page or website. We will be happy to assist you. This has been your Royal Fidelity Weekly Market Wrap. I'm Sherelle Conliffe.